Alright guys, and welcome to the stream. We are back. Yes, we are. And again, we are once again live on the Ukrainian-Kiev conflict as things really intensify. And when we say really, I definitely want to emphasize the intensity that it currently is in Kiev. This is officially, breaking news that Kiev is encircled completely by Russian forces, outnumbered, and as of now, heavily targeting these areas of Kiev. Now, Kiev has been a definite hotspot as it is the capital of Ukraine, but again, it's taking a major hit as of today. We've also gotten reports that it's under now a siege in Ukraine. Kiev is now under a complete siege, and nothing is allowed to go in and out, including food, water, or anything of that sort. Now, we also have to, mention something that is extremely breaking news, and that is Russia threatens to basically, cut the actual gas line, which means no more gas from Russia would go to Europe, and that would completely be destruction as well. This is huge, guys. Again, some breaking news that we've gotten reports of as of now. Russian troops officially encircle Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, and now begin to put it under a complete siege. So this is really an intensifying battle with Russian forces and with Kiev. Again, central Kiev and Kharkiv have been heavily hit. Alright guys, so welcome back guys as we go ahead and stream to you guys breaking news as it happens live, everything that's going on in this Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Now, I'd be more than happy to hear what you guys have to say, so comment in the chat if you have entered in. If you're in, just message something in the chat. Let us know how you're doing. But again guys, some breaking news that we have here. Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, now officially encircled by Russian troops and now put under a complete siege. Nothing is allowed to go in or out of Kiev as of now, including water or food. There's also been breaking news reports that the Russians have been able to actually take some of the Western weapons. Again, this is what we were talking about earlier, and this is what I was asking about. Is it possible? And yes, it is. This is what we've been hearing. A lot of Western military supplies, all those modernized weapons and planes and all of that, have fallen to Russian hands. And they're now most likely going to be given to the rebels that were holding, there was a part of a Ukrainian controlled by Russian rebels. They will be receiving all the weapons. And again, there has been also reports that there has been severe bombardments of Kiev as of now, and that Russia plans to hold this full-scale Kiev invasion if they aren't given what they want. And what they want is Ukraine. They want the leadership of Ukraine, and they want to make sure they can hold the government liable. So they definitely want to change this government out, replace Zelensky with another, government. GDS says good evening. Grumpa says incoming. Yes, again, really some sensitive times as of now when you're seeing multiple threats by Russian forces talking about they're gonna be taking Kiev. Lots of intelligence saying that's it, Kiev is screwed. Kiev now besieged by the Russian forces. Nothing's allowed to go in and out. It's really a corner for them. And on top of that, the amount of reports saying that Western military has gotten into Russian hands are a lot. So I can only imagine that there must be something going on in the background where maybe they decide that we're not sending any more weapons because they keep on landing in Russian hands. That is something that, again, is critical because the Western world doesn't want to provide Russia with military supplies. And so at what point do they say, you know what, majority of the supplies we've sent are in Russian hands now, so we should stop. Again, I'm trying to get some news here. And Jeffrey says, what happened to the other cameras? What other cameras? What do you mean? They're still there. It's just dark. It's just extremely dark. It's like midnight as of now. And there's been a lot of blackouts in Kiev. So, you know, some places that maybe might have been lit earlier are now completely in dark. And I think we mentioned this yesterday. You know, there was a part of Kiev that was not, you know, that was still lit up. But now it's pretty much in dark. All of Kiev is pretty much in dark as they've taken heavy bombardments and as basically the Russians have cut off a lot of their, you know, electricity. Especially after the siege. As you guys know, no more water can enter in Kiev, no food, no electricity, nothing. After the complete encirclement and siege of Kiev. So it's really intensified. Jeffrey says, okay, have they made it to the city yet? Yeah. Kiev is now completely encircled by Russian troops. They're, you know, putting out a full-fledged siege. No more food, no supplies are allowed to enter Kiev. And the thing, and the big worry about this is that a lot of the military. Jeffrey said, okay, you guys see any of it on the camera? Yes, actually, earlier we've seen, I think, when I was streaming it yesterday, we've seen insane amount of bombardments. Like, every maybe, you know, 15 minutes we were seeing bombardments really target Kiev. And this is only going to really intensify. And we were able to see this live from the cameras. We would see those bombardments. We were hearing sirens, seeing some planes, then seeing severe bombardments. So it really was an intensifying battle. And there were a few people in the chat as well that were in Kiev and that were saying that they were taking a heavy hit. They were getting heavily bombarded. And that there were clashes right next to them between Russian and Ukrainian soldiers. And that, guys, was only like a little bit ago. So yes, a lot of things are visible through these cameras. Good evening, DDS. Grumpa says incoming. What is incoming? Do you see any rockets or what may be incoming? Alright, guys, we are streaming to you guys live the Kyiv Ukrainian-Russian conflict invasion. If you guys want to support this, just hit the like button, guys. It would be amazing. And it definitely helps us out. That's all we're asking for is a like button. Jeffrey says, whoa, yeah, man, it was intense. Honestly, it was the most, you know, rockets I've seen probably on the news in this conflict at all. Like, from the beginning. It was so hard and so clear, and everybody that was in the stream was able to visibly see it. Jeffrey says, glad you guys are still covering this. My favorite feed, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Jeffrey. My colleague will hopefully be able to come on as well later, or very soon, but try and see if we can bring him on. But guys, breaking news. Breaking news, guys. Russia has officially... one second. Breaking news, guys. Russia has officially encircled Kiev and now put out a full-fledged siege while severely bombarding the capital city of Ukraine, Kiev, as well. So a bit of an intense day for the people of Kiev, and it's only going to get more and more intense as this battle continues to really rage on. And as we start to see, you know, Russian troops really try and get into the city. Earlier and yesterday, we seen them really push through the outskirts, and we had people that were on the outskirts that were telling us, the clashes and the gunfire were so close to them that they were forced to evacuate the entire area and shift on further. And that is only going to get more intense as it happens. In addition to this, yesterday we were also able to see multiple bombardments, dozens in fact, clear targeted hits in Kiev, and that was all caught on camera. Jeffrey says, "Where's the boy that was cleaning? Straight gangster." Yeah, man, he can't be cleaning no more. He was a good worker though, but he's been quite busy right now. Probably moving to different other areas, Again, things are intensifying in the capital of Kiev. Again, we are live streaming to you guys exactly what's going on. Ron says, hello, Ron Rickton. Hello, Ron Rickton. Jeffrey says, are the Ukrainian people taking back any cities yet? As of now, no. There's been an intense, and I definitely mean it when I say intense here, an intense exchange between Russian and Ukrainian troops, but the amount of bombardments by Russian troops on Ukrainians have really outnumbered their ability to really try and take back any cities. They've been heavily bombarded, specifically on the outskirts, where Russian troops mostly dominate a lot of the air force on the outskirts, as there are significantly less air defense systems. And that was the real struggle for Ukraine, for Russia. They couldn't get into Kyiv because of the air defense system. Jeffrey says, oh, I read that one. But guys, we are now live once again on the Ukrainian, Kiev, Russian conflict. And again, we're going to be hearing, what you guys have to ask or answering your questions and all that. And all that we ask is you hit the like button. But yeah, we're live again. It's been an intense day, especially after getting some breaking news of Russian troops encircling Kiev as a whole. So we're definitely going to be paying close attention to that. Again, the Doghouse says, the Doghouse DMC says, so glad to see you are safe. Are you going to evacuate? So I know a lot of Ukrainians are evacuating, but the issue is that, as of now, Russians really haven't allowed anybody to really evacuate. There's been a lot of humanitarian things that have said, okay, let's open up a corridor for evacuation, but they're really struggling to get something set up, for the Ukrainians and that. So that has been, a real struggle for a lot of people. I was watching a video of people really saying they're screwed. And they can't leave. And again, it's been quite difficult, especially with the severe bombardments that Russia has kind of really intensified in the last few days. We've seen severe bombardments all across, Kharkiv, but even Kiev. That was the crazy part, I think yesterday we had somebody that was in the chat that was saying, he was forced to leave. They told him, you have to get out of your house. You have to leave now because the Russians are right behind you, basically. He said they were so close, we could hear the gunshots between the Ukrainians and Russians shooting at each other from right next to me. And that, I'm referencing him. Like he said that he could hear him right next to him. And again, that only is going to go an increase. Earlier as well, yesterday, we've seen air raids and air sirens come up and then planes bombing. And then we were also able to see, severe bombardments, artillery bombardments. So really, really, really an intensity in Kiev and in Ukraine as of now. And NIJY Buzz says, have you heard from Jack? Hope he is safe. I actually haven't heard from him as of now. But hopefully he'll come back in the stream and maybe we can, hear what he has to say, and hopefully he's safe and all. But yeah, things have definitely intensified in Kiev and in Ukraine in the last little bit. Actually, more intense than how it was in the last few days. Really, Kiev is now under severe bombardments and under a complete siege. As the Russians encircle Kiev, really to try and take it over here. It's also been a tactic used by the Russians as of now for even a city called Metropole, where basically they try and starve the city into surrendering, and the casualties that come out of that are, quite insane. Again, there's been so much breaking news. Again, as Russian troops really get redeployed near Kyiv, it's really only intensified the battles in that area. And as we get some news that basically Kyiv has now been encircled by Russian troops. Guys, we're at 13 likes. We're only 2 likes away from 15 likes. So, if, 2 people could just go ahead and hit the like button, it would be greatly appreciated. The Doghouse DMC says, have the Ukrainian people received any weapons in hand? Several. So But what I'm hearing is that, a lot of Ukrainians, again, Ukraine has passed a law where anybody that wants to fight can get a weapon. And so, by what I've been hearing, there's a lot of Ukrainians that are getting and have several weapons in case of defense is really what they're worrying. So, in this case, the Doghouse DMC says countries say they will have sent, just wondering if they have them. So you're talking about as Ukraine received Western and European military supplies and weaponry. To that answer, so partially, again, what I've been reading, partially they've received. But the big issue is that another part of that military supplies actually landed into Russian troops' hands. So a lot of these Russians were able to, cut off the supply before it reached Kyiv and take those military supplies that were coming from Europe, those modernized weaponry, and they were able to take them. And Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, came out today, and he said, that these weapons that we've been able to get from these, Western countries, we're most likely going to hand them over to the Russian rebels that are in the original Ukrainian Russian rebels. Like before Russia invaded, there were, parts of Ukraine that were Russian rebel held. So they're going to give them these weapons. But again, that was the worry from the start. These countries are trying to bring weapons in. Who's holding a lot of these closest near to the border? A lot of Russians. And so they're able to easily, before the real, weaponry gets to Kiev or gets to the Ukrainians, they're able to cut them off midway and really, take that in their hand. And then use those supplies to, attack or do whatever. So again, guys, we are now streaming the live conflict in Kiev, in Ukraine, with multiple cameras. As the Ukrainian conflict intensifies in Kiev and in Ukraine, of course. Again, there's been significant attacks on all over Ukrainian and Russian troops. Both sides have been taking a significant hit, actually. And it's really been taking a more serious turn as of now. Again, guys, we are now live on the Ukrainian, Kiev, Russian war invasion. What is that noise, man? What is that, man? That was loud. Tobacco Rose says, hi, News Geek, man. How's it going? Daniel Ward says, $1 million offer for Russian jets and helicopter pilots to land in Ukraine and stop bloodshed. XRP Crazy Horse says, save night, bro. By the way, XRP Crazy Horse, you hear about that new, I forget what it's called, but for the SEC with Ripple, lawsuit. Looks like Ripple took a big win, which is good for XRP. But guys, we are now live once again. If you have any questions, drop them inside the chat. We'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And all that we ask, one simple thing, it's free of charge as well, for free, is you hit the like button. Just hit that like button, and that's all I'm asking. That's it. We're going to be streaming for like 48 hours. The goal is to really grind because these next few hours are crucial to this real conflict. Ron says bad exhaust. Yeah, in that car, definitely terrible. Terrible exhaust. That was loud. XRP Crazy Horse says thumbs up. So hit the like button. Yes, I agree. Thank you so much, XRP Crazy Horse. Thank you. Have you heard from Jack? Hope he is safe. Jack, for anybody that doesn't know, Jack is the guy that was in the stream yesterday, and he's actually in Kiev. He's down in Kiev. Yesterday they were forced to leave their houses, go into a bunker far away because the Russians were taking over their city. And so that has really been an issue for them. And so somebody was asking, how's Jack? Have you seen him? As of now, no, I haven't seen him in the stream, but we'll have to see. Hopefully he's safe. The Doghouse says, how is the food supply? We apologize to the Ukrainian people. Our weak president has his head up Putin's. Beep. Okay. So as of now, again, everybody's kind of buying out, and this is what I've been hearing. Everybody's buying out the food in Kiev and in Ukraine. Let me lower this. This is too loud. These cars are just terrible exhaust. But everybody's been buying the food in Kiev, and the issue is that it's really causing, a low supply because there's no factories running right now in Kiev. Nobody's producing food. They can't ship food, and there's a crazy demand. So there is basically no food. It's always bought out. You really have to go searching for it. Again, there's still some places that sell. A lot of places sell, actually. But there's just not enough supply for the demand. And that is what's making there be a major food outage right now in Kiev and in Ukraine. And in Kiev right now, as of now, it's even worse because Russia has officially, as of now, breaking news again, Russia has officially encircled Kiev, and they have denied food or water into Kiev. And again, this is devastating because where are you supposed to get any supplies now? Where are you supposed to get food? You can't. And this is really a pressure tactic used by the Russians to, kind of make the city surrender. Because now people are going to say, you know what? That's fine. Screw the war. I need to live, man. I need some food. I need some water. We've seen in Metropole, the same similar aspect happened in Metropole, another Ukrainian city, a port city actually, one that has water. People were dying from water. Imagine you living next to water and dying because there's no water. And why is that? Because the Russians had encircled it through land, air, and sea. And now of course they shut off the electricity, which is exactly what happened in Kiev. They shut off any filtration systems, so people are now forced to, drink these contaminated waters that aren't filtered at all, dirty water, and that causes people to really die. And the casualties are spiking as of now, over 1,500 in an area similar to what's going on in Kiev now. Metropole, where the same siege is happening by the same Russian troops, there's been over 1,500 casualties from contaminated water and dehydration and lack of food. So definitely an intensifying thing in Kiev as of now. There is really no food. There's really a shortage for food, and it's crazy, but there's even a shortage for water. Gold Penny 1 says, what does Putin really want? Well, I'll tell you it, and this is kind of what he said multiple times. He said it actually a huge amount of times. He wants to change the government. He doesn't like President Zelensky. He doesn't like the people right now running the government of Ukraine because he feels like they're not listening to him. You know, when Putin came out and told Zelensky at the very beginning, no no NATO for you, Putin really kind of pushed him to the side, the Ukrainian president Zelensky pushed him to the side, and that really offended Putin. And so now Putin's really mad at him, and he went into Kyiv and into Ukraine because, again, he doesn't like the government anymore. Now he wants to, he wants to replace the government. There was also a deal. I'll just add on to this a little bit. There was also a deal. Between, the Russians and Ukrainians at the very beginning that, Russia would kind of run Ukraine in a quote unquote fashion where they really, whatever Russia decides is supposed to happen to Ukraine, and that's not going as Putin wants. And so Putin is now decided, the president of Russia has now decided to invade Ukraine. Lil Zil says, lol, you mad? No, I'm not. I don't know, it's been a very long, tiring day, and so I just got my coffee, and I'm excited now, because I got my cup of coffee right next to me. I definitely need another one, but that is good for now. XRP Crazy Horse says, President Zelensky has won the hearts of the world. There is a special presence to him. Savior-like. I envy Ukraine for having him. Prayers from Ireland. Tobacco Rose says, one thing Putin want is the water to Crimea. Turned back on the people need water. Cheddar says, Russia also attacked because of the Donbass conflict. Zelensky and the West ignored the Minsk agreement. Yeah, and that is, again, that's why he declared those two regions as independent. He kind of went all against complete Minsk agreement, and that was something that the world didn't like. Gold Penny says, thank you for answering my question. Much appreciated. No problem, Gold Penny. I definitely appreciate you tuning in. Of course, guys, I ask one thing from everybody in the stream, one single thing, and that is you hit the like button so that really a lot of people know what's going on in Kiev and Ukraine, and that really helps boost the YouTube algorithm. And if you can share this to your friends and family to let them know, it'd be greatly appreciated as well. We are almost at 25 likes, so 5 people can click the like button. It would work out fine. Gold Penny says, what about the biolabs in Ukraine? So this has been a really rumor-like conflict in terms of biolabs and all of those issues. There's no clear answer. There's no source that you can go to that can tell you, okay, this is correct. As of now, we have Russia saying that Ukraine was basically like a biolab testing place for the U.S. military, and the U.S. completely denying it and all of that. So I won't really speak on that aspect of things since it's really not clear what is going on or which side is right or not. The Doghouse DMC says, what is going on in Chernobyl? Well, as of now, there's been a complete... So let me tell you how it started. There was an outage. Russia claimed to have Belarus to basically, reignite the electricity there. Supposedly, they did. And that's, it works. Then a reported radiation leak was seen there. The UN came out and said, it's not a critical leak, but it is a radiation leak. And then a day after, all of the cameras for the UN and for the Ukrainian military, because basically, Chernobyl got taken over by Russia, all of the cameras, to let anybody know what's going on, all of the sensors for them were completely destroyed. Were completely destroyed, and now there are sources again saying that the electricity shut down in Chernobyl, but again nobody's really able to monitor. What if the radiation levels are extremely high and maybe that triggers an explosion? Nobody knows because the Russian side's cut off the cameras for everybody. Only the Russians know what's going on. And again, it definitely sounds quite scary because at this point in time, maybe the Russians are hiding something, maybe something is going wrong in Chernobyl and they don't want people to know, and that's why they cut off the cameras. Just a little unconfirmed rumor. Cheddar says, not a rumor. U.S. government admit we have Ukraine run labs in Kiev. More info will come out eventually. Yeah, God's government, yeah. See, Cheddar, I know, but what I'm saying is that as of now, there isn't enough information to really just make a claim or a statement out of it. And that's why I don't even want to open a topic on this, because, again, there isn't enough info to really put it in like a understandable, estimated, properly calculated statement. Goldpenny says, one more thing about the labs. I heard the UN was supposed to get a report today from Russia. Again, nothing of that sort is going to really happen. These labs and more, maybe the labs, because Russia doesn't like, and Russia really wants to show right now the darker side of Ukraine. And so maybe if it's something that is negative, they're going to show. But don't expect anything about these Chernobyl plants or the nuclear plants that they're not holding. Any information about that to really go to the UN. Tobacco says, hi, Cheddar. Cheddar says, understandable. No problem. Hi, Tobacco. But guys, we are streaming to you guys live the Russian-Ukrainian invasion as things really intensify. Really intensify in the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv. We've seen multiple attacks. Really a lot of, targeted attacks in Kyiv. And the Russian troops officially encircle Kyiv and officially put it under a complete siege. XRP says, great excitement with Judge Torres denied motion today. Hope it holds strong and pushes to the dollar. I can't help but to send smug Twitter remarks to the SEC. Yeah, man, that was definitely a big win for XRP as of today in terms of crypto. I normally tweet, and I think I did tweet about this as well. So if you wanted, XRP Crazy Horse, if you wanted to go on the link below and just follow me on Twitter, I'm always talking about XRP, and I always, mark the latest news. I was actually thinking of making a video about that as well, so let me know. But join the Twitter, guys. Everybody follow me on Twitter. But Goldpenny says, this is crazy. What's going on? We are on the brink of World War III. A lot of people have been saying that, actually. With worries that, China as well could invade Taiwan and Ukraine. Or Kiev being taken over by Russia. And just a lot of these bigger countries trying to dominate the little ones. People are worrying that this could be the brink. Or maybe the spark that lights up the big World War III battle. But again, we're really paying attention to exactly what's going on in Ukraine, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Guys, we're so close to 30 likes. If only a few people could just hit that like button. We're 44 people and there's just 25 likes. So if we can get just 30 likes, it would be fantastic. So if 5 people could just click that like button, it would be amazing. Goldpenny says, it's crazy what's going on. We're on the brink of World War III. Yeah. Ron says, can I share a link that Victoria Newland does say about the labs in Ukraine? If it will let you, feel free to post a link. You know what, though? Actually, Ron, you know what? Post it in the Discord. Don't post it in the chat. Post it in the Discord. The link is down below. And because that's where, anybody that wants to watch really goes there. And yeah. By the way, guys, anybody that has any remarks about this and that would like to come in and maybe open up a discussion of some sort, we'd be more than happy to welcome you onto the Discord. Make sure you guys go down below in the description, join the Discord, and as long as it's respectful, we'd be more than happy to bring you onto the stream and really hear what your point of things and how you think this war is going on and what you really think. So let's hear your thoughts, guys. The link is below. Just join in and message you want to have a comment, and the moderators will put you into the live stream, and we'll be able to hear you guys live on the channel as well. Tobacco says, I think if Ukraine want to do some damage, go ahead of those Molotov cocktails and get a Iraqi IUD. How to book. But guys, this is... Oh, Gold Penny said, just give you a like. Great job. Thank you so much, Gold Penny. Thank you, Gold Penny. But yeah, guys, like I said, if anybody would like to go on, hop on and you know, have any comments or questions or you know, want to discuss or debate, I'd be more than happy to welcome you guys into the stream. The link is down below. And let's just hear your side of things. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this war and this conflict? And how do you think it's going to progress in the next little future, especially after, you know, an official siege of the, you know, Ukrainian capital city, Kyiv? Gold Penny says, I know someone from Ukraine who took up a collection from displaced people there. Of course, I made a donation. Tobacco says, improved explosive devices. Chatter says, yep, Molotovs have a nasty way of taking out the person throwing it. Tobacco Rowie says, IEDs work. Cheddar says, yeah, they do. My son can attest to that. XRP Crazy Horse says, why is Belarus joining in with Russia? And why are they not being warned by the world not to get involved? And why are they not being... So, Belarusia... There's a few things. Number one, Belarusia doesn't want to get involved in the war. They really don't want to get involved with the war. But they are kind of being pressured to do so. There's also been reports by Ukrainian sides, and again, we won't confirm this for you guys, but Ukrainian sources have said that Russia is, you know, hitting or targeting Belarusia from Ukraine to try and, you know, show Belarusia, or to try and make Belarusia kind of feel like they're getting attacked by Ukraine and to join the war and participate. So again, it's more of a pressure tactic, really, what's bringing Belarusia in. Tobacco always says sad but true. Cheddar Colaby says there was an attempted coup in Belarus a couple of years ago. Russia supported their leadership. Tobacco says Belarus was very close to Russia in World War II. Yeah, I think even from the beginning, Belarus was extremely close to Russia. And that's why, again, they feel pressured to join in whenever Russia does something. Goldpenny says, I think we are not being told everything that is going on. The situation in Kiev is very serious, and I'm praying for the people there. Crypto exchange is sucking lately, holding up funds. Sold all XRP. Goldpenny, you sold your XRP? That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you see the new thing with the SEC versus Ripple today? That's crazy. But guys, once again, we are live in and from the Ukrainian Kiev conflict, really telling you guys what's going on as it happens. Guys, we're only 5 likes away from 35 likes, so if we can get 5 people to click that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. And if anybody would like to go ahead and hop on the stream and really, discuss something or have any comments, we'd be happy to. We'd be more than happy to basically welcome you guys into the stream. Guys, there's been a report right here that I'm reading where Chernobyl's placed. Interesting. Things could really intensify. Anti-aircraft. Tobacco roast is like collecting Indian head pennies. XRP Crazy Horse says reasonable relations with them now. Considered as neighbors now. By the way, guys, for everybody that just joined into the Discord as well, again, if you'd like to make any comments or have a discussion of anything basically of that sort, we'd be more than happy to welcome you guys in here. Ooh, interesting here. Rick put up his. We'd be more than happy to basically welcome you guys in here, and really hear what you guys have to say about that. Getting some more vehicles. Rick, maybe it's better that you post it in general if that's possible. If you can do that. The Doghouse says coffee money. Hope you can find some, man. Thank you so much, the Doghouse DMC. Greatly appreciated, man. I need to get some coffee, honestly. I finished too quick, man. I need to get some coffee. Ron says, did you get it? Not sure if I set it up right. Yes, you did set it up right, but just you posted in the wrong area. Posted in general. Thank you so much, the Doghouse DMC, by the way. Appreciate the 20 super chat. Ron says, okay, I sent the link. Tobacco says, they hate that. Tobacco says, I'm hated by coin collectors all over Belarus. I clean them and polish them to look like new. Quite interesting. Yeah. Ooh, I wasn't talking the entire time when I was talking. Okay. So, honestly, there was bombardments the entire time. Cheddar says, to be fair, David, there are explosions going off, just not where we can see them. No, that's true. That's one. But number two is there are explosions that you can see. And I don't know if you guys were here in the last stream, but there were consistent bombardments on a bunch of Kiev cities. We were watching it as it happens. It was all targeting Kiev, one area of Kiev. It was severely bombarded like crazy, and you could see the bombardments, physically see them. It was crazy, mind-blowing. Ron says, did it work? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it worked. There you go. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, it's working in the Discord. By the way, guys, make sure you do join the Discord. It is linked down below. And we're only one like away, guys, from the crazy 35 likes. So if we can hit that milestone, it would be amazing. Kellen Taylor says, hello, everybody. Hello, Kellen Taylor. XRP Crazy Horse with the £10 donation, man. Thank you so much, XRP Crazy Horse. Appreciate it. Hopefully your XRP becomes $1 million. It's possible. But yeah, there was again significant bombardments earlier, and especially with the crazy breaking news, guys, that we just released that again, Kyiv is now under complete siege as it is officially encircled by Russian troops as of now. Tobacco says I saw about 5 or 6 of them on here last night. Yeah, I know, right? They were clear, very visible. And we were seeing them go on and off. And it's been kind of crazy because it's been like a time where normally from 4 to 6 a.m. is really when you see Russians bombard the heck out of Kyiv and the heck out of Ukraine. That is the time for some reason that they decided. And that's the idea here is that, you know, they still have the cover of the night, while at the same time, if they were to really push in a full-scale invasion, they'd be able to visibly see everything without needing, you know, any night goggles or that. Callan says, I'm shocked that Russia hasn't taken over Kyiv yet. Again, they have encircled. As of now, they've officially encircled it. Yes, they've officially encircled it, but no, they haven't taken it. And again, a lot of people have said the same thing that you said, where they're shocked. Russia should have taken it faster. But again, Russia has also seen a major hit to their military. Really, even as they go ahead and encircle Kiev, they're still taking hits. We've seen over 15,000 troops dead, and that's been reported by Ukrainian sources. 15,000 Russian troops dead, multiple tanks. So Russia's definitely taking a major hit in their troops, and really shocking, because I think a lot of people expected, significantly less casualties and a lot quicker time pace, especially, when you're talking about a first world power, one of the greatest militaries, or in this case, what was supposed to be the greatest military, or the second greatest military in comparison to the USA, really suffering that much defeat really shocked the world, I think. And it caught people off guard because everybody expected Russia was significantly stronger. But in this war, it really showed that strategically and strength-wise, not really. They really, at this point, proved that Russia is not the image that a lot of people predicted. Kellen also says 35 likes. Yes, we did hit 35 likes. Only 4 likes away from 40 likes, and there are a bunch of you guys in the chat. So if you guys, only 4 of you guys, could click that like button, we would reach 40 likes. So click the like button. Tobacco Rowie says, all seem to stop at 6 a.m. Yeah, but that's what I've been saying. Like, for some reason, it's that time period that Russia really decides to target the most. Cheddar says, Kyiv will be one of the last places casualties in a big city combat. Yeah. So I think they're just going in right now to prove that, look, we can go into Kyiv if we want. At this point, it doesn't even matter their strategic goals. They just want to show that they can take Kyiv if they wanted to. And again, eventually they will take Kyiv, but the casualties they will suffer are not worth it to even take any city as of this point, especially when you're losing thousands of troops every single day. Raphael Post says, I'm not surprised Russia invaded. They quick planned without taking into account the Ukrainians aren't going to sit down. They're not fighting a couple million people. Is it possible that they maybe expected there were going to be a lot less, Ukrainian troops, and now that you have basically, a huge population increase, or a huge population of the Ukrainian citizens decide that let's take arms and battle Russia? Is that why? Or is it because maybe, the Russian resistance put up a big battle that they really didn't expect? Maybe the Russians thought that, it wouldn't be that big of a resistance. We've heard a lot of, troops coming in whenever they get captured, and they ask them, okay, why are you fighting? A lot of them are like, we didn't know. We were told that, we'd be welcomed with open arms. So maybe the Russians expected that maybe they're not going to fight them. And that maybe they're going to tell them, okay, you know what? We're scared. We don't want to go into war with you, Russia, so please just walk in, and we don't even want to put up a fight. Maybe that's what's going on. So, like, they underestimated, really, the Ukrainian resistance. It is definitely a possibility. Cheddar, Ivan says, hello, people. How are you, Ivan? Hello, Ivan. Desiree C says, I like that you actually talk to us and you're letting us know all what's going on, man. Thank you so much, Desiree C. Appreciate it. And by the way, we'll have my colleague actually come on later, and he's a bit more entertaining than me, so I gotta give him that. So hopefully he'll be able to come on as well, and he'll come on, hop on the live stream. Tobacco People says people are living in their tanks. Ivan says hello people. Cheddar says they have taken out a huge part of the Ukrainian army already. Major combat have been in the east along the Black Sea. So maybe they've taken out, a chunk of the Ukrainian military, but again, really the battle is not with the Ukrainian military anymore. It's at this point the battle between the Ukrainians and the Russian army. Everybody in Ukraine now holds a weapon. So everybody has the ability to fight back. Cheddar says, yeah, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Don't always agree, but always appreciate. Cheddar, again, we are not with either side. So again, we're at this point, what I do is I just kind of hear what I'm reading. I say what I'm reading. But again, we stand neutral with both sides. Again, both sides might have the reasonings. Both sides are going to suffer casualties. Both sides, again, to me, are the civilians are suffering the most. And so we care about the civilians more than we care about who and what is doing, things for why. Doesn't matter what this war is started by or what that's. What matters is that the civilians are safe. Again, so we don't stand with either side, or we stand neutral. XRP Crazy House says, my wife and I and 3 children are all sick with COVID at the moment. Compared to the Ukrainians, we have nothing to complain about. Yeah, definitely. You know what? COVID has been terrible for a lot of people. And again, it's specifically for the Ukrainians. Just imagine. They finished from COVID. And even for us, again, we finished from COVID and now we're hearing the war between Russia and Ukraine. But imagine living it. Right? You hear the war between... You finish COVID... And now the war between, your country and another country, or another country is invading you. Just imagine the fear. You just finished from one and now you're heading into the other. That is, extremely saddening and disappointing. Raphael says, XRP Crazy Horse, you have my prayers. Yeah, for sure though. XRP Crazy Horse, hopefully you feel better, man. Definitely go ahead and make sure you drink some herbs. Things that can hopefully make you feel better. Tobacco says, if I was a tank driver, I would totally have sprayed a bottle of Febreze. That's a good one, Febreze. That's a good one. Cheddar Colby says, fog of war, we won't know the numbers till it's over. Exactly, and this is what I've been telling everybody. You won't know how many casualties until the war is done. Because let's say they target a tank or something. You don't know how many troops are in there. Ivan says, nobody cares about... I didn't even read that. Okay. XRP Crazy Horse says, thumbs up and a heart. Thank you so much, XRP Crazy Horse. Again, what sounds to be like an ambulance right now in Kiev. Yeah, it sounds like an ambulance or a police vehicle. Alice says, in the worst case, NATO versus Russia, China and North Korea, who would win? What do you guys think? So listen, guys, I'm going to go 2 minutes. I'm going to keep the stream on. I'm just going to go grab my cup of coffee, try and find a coffee that I can have, and then... So I'm going to go ahead and try to find some place I can get a cup of coffee, and then I'll be right back. So give me like 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Thank you so much, by the way. And hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the like button, hit the like button. Also try and get my colleague on the stream as well. It's going to be a crazy stream. We're going to be pulling basically an all-nighter, so I got to get prepared for it. And thank you guys so much. Give me one moment. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Another exciting stream, another exciting day. Lots going on in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now. It's quite crazy what is happening and what we're hearing as the battles intensify. It's a lot of videos have finally begun emerging of what is happening on the front lines in Kiev. So we have a lot of those videos. I'm sure you've seen some of them online, Facebook or through YouTube or wherever. But those battles are intensifying quite quickly on the front lines. Now, yesterday we had somebody yesterday night that was right on the outskirts of Kiev, one of the cities on the outskirts, and what he was reporting was insane. They had to change bunkers to ice. People were running out of fear and of what was happening, and quite an intense situation right now in the capital. And it doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. So all we can do is kind of keep an eye on what's happening. Ivan, another day in the capital and the Russians are getting closer. You have memorized the drill, Ivan. Welcome to the stream, Ivan. Shutter, welcome to the stream. XRP Crazy House, thanks for the donation. Of course, thanks for the donation, and again, welcome to the stream. Yesterday there was a lot of airstrikes at close to 6 a.m. We were seeing like by the tens. Every few minutes we were getting airstrikes. Tobacco, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming back. You guys have memorized the drill. Alright, so how's everybody doing? Where is everybody from? Let's get some countries in here. Where is everybody from? Yeah, that's the car. Is that a car? Yeah, it sounds like that was that car that you guys heard. Tobacco says, get online and get some Iverme. You know what? Alice, welcome to the stream. Never see the casualties of the Ukrainian army. Yes, so there are, actually, I was reading a report today that over the last couple of days, there has been orders by the Ukrainian military to try and tone down what is being released of what is happening on the front lines. So I don't know why. I think perhaps it could be because the Ukrainian army is feeling like they're likely to suffer more casualties. Maybe they think that the Russians are going to push hard, or they're suffering more casualties and they don't want that to come out. But I know there was a report that I just read today of various people in within the ranks saying we have been ordered to no longer videotape anything. So again, I don't know what that really means. Ron, welcome back, Ron, from Ontario, Canada. Hi, Ron. Shutter, you're Wisconsin. Yeah, but again, Alice, the total number of casualties, apparently between both the Russian and the Ukrainian side on, yesterday I read that report, is that about 14,000. Ivan says, I think the Russians don't have the balls to enter the capital. I think they're just going to encircle the city and let the Ukrainians starve. No, I think look, it's not about individual soldiers. I think the leadership in Russia wants the capital. So I think there will be a push. And I think yesterday perhaps we had started seeing that push. Eddie, welcome back, Eddie. How are you? Welcome back to the stream. Hello, boss. Hope all is well from UK. Hey, Eddie. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for being here. Guys, if you've not clicked the like button, we're going to do that drill again. One more like and we get to 45. Let's go ahead and someone do the honor and give us that one like. I know you can do it. Or no, 4 more likes and we get to 50. Let's somebody do the honor and give us those 4 likes. Plus, share the stream with your friends and family on Twitter, Facebook. All that good stuff that we always do, guys. Yeah, so apparently, again, the number of casualties as reported by the Ukrainian side is that a total of about 13,000 people dead. And this includes Russian soldiers. I know it sounds weird. Again, because you're getting a lot of propaganda on both sides and a lot of people saying different things. So I know there were reports a while back that the Russian side had lost over 10,000 soldiers, Russian soldiers. So it's hard to believe that, Ukraine's only suffered 3,000 casualties. So I doubt these numbers. But apparently those are the numbers being reported right now. Official numbers are close to 14,000 casualties of this war up to this point. Oh, guys, we're at 47 likes. 3 more likes and we get to 50. Go ahead and push that like button. Today, the capital is dark. It is so hard to see. Yesterday, when this was happening, though, we were seeing the glow of light when an airstrike would happen. And it's crazy. Towards the end of the night, at close to 6 a.m., there were strike after strike. And it did seem like artillery fire yesterday, more than it was in terms of airstrike. Although we heard the sirens a couple of times at night, but it was primarily artillery fire. So we have people from UK, we have Canada, we have Wisconsin. So guys, how's everyone's weekend? Looking forward to the weekend? The weekend is only, well, tomorrow we start the weekend. One more like and we're at 50. Who's going to be brave enough to click that like button? Alright guys, you're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev right now. As we sit. We need to celebrate, guys. Everybody give us like a clap in the chat. Tobacco, Wichita, Kansas. Welcome. That's nice. Alice says Putin has NATO in checkmate. Optum, welcome back. You got the number 50, eh? So Optum, I'm thinking we might get you involved in a debate. Not necessarily right now or today, even, but I'm trying to set something up. Would you be down? That's right. Yep. Big clap for number 50. And Optum did it. I'm sure I pronounced everybody's name like completely off. Let's see. Eddie, welcome to the stream, first of all, Eddie. Eddie says, I served 17 years in the British Army. Ukraine has great leadership and have massive moral excellence. Excellent kits, morale, excellent kits and equipment, well rehearsed. They can do this. But Eddie, you know, though, that the Russian forces, on the other hand, the equipment that they have completely overwhelms what the Ukrainian army has. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. Game Changer, we are in America. Thank you all. Thanks for y'all doing. Glory to Ukraine. Welcome to the stream, Game Changer. Welcome. Optum, sure, sometime later. Now my wife is still sleeping. No problem, Optum, no problem. Whatever, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be now. We're just kind of something I wanted to pass by you. Wow, 51 likes. 4 more until we get to 60, and I'm sure we'll get there no time. Yeah, so yesterday, like I said, around between 4 and 6, we had like an insane amount of strikes. Alice, Russia and America can't win a war. Well, Alice, to be so if winning is 52, we are at 52 likes. That's right. So if you define winning as complete destruction of another country, then a lot of countries can win wars. If you define winning as capturing a piece of land and maintaining, then you're right. I don't think any country that isn't fighting for their own land can win a war. The Doghouse DMC, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wow, that's awesome. We got everybody from all over the place. 3 more likes, and I know some of you just joined. Welcome to the stream, guys. For those of you that are joining new, it's 3:20 in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now. And we're about 4 hours away from the lifting of the curfew. We seen any airstrikes yet today? No airstrikes so far documented, although yesterday close to between 4 and 6. I know we had like 15 airstrikes. Or no, I'm not sure airstrike, but 15 strikes. They seemed like artillery fire actually yesterday. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, Alice, I mean, it depends how you define war. Like, the United States destroyed Iraq. Did they win? I don't know if you'd call that a win, but that's what I mean. And same thing goes for Afghanistan. I mean, they ended up pulling away out as well. So I don't know what you would define as a win and what would be defined as a loss. Tobacco says, yeah, nobody wins wars. They just tear stuff up. Exactly, exactly. And so, I mean, as long as you're not really defending your, you don't have the morale and the belief that you're defending something that belongs to you, you're never going to win. I mean, it could be years that you're able to kind of stay, but Aptum, remember I've said that Kiev won't be captured in the near future. Mariupol is the main goal right now. It seems will take 4 to 7 days. So, Aptum, is Kiev a decoy then in that case? Like, why is Kiev such a big deal? It seems like on the Russian forces, for the Russian army. And I tell you, there was an interview with some captured soldiers within the Russian military, and they said they were given the orders to capture Kiev. Is that all a decoy and play by the Russian leadership? 53 likes, guys. 2 more likes and we get to 55. Let's do that. Shudder. Mariupol is close to falling now. That's the thing. I do agree that perhaps it will be captured first, but just so that those forces can be utilized to capture probably the south, which is still open to Kiev. That's where they're getting a lot of the supplies from. But Eddie, of course, I understand that. Personally, think that the Russians will lose the will to fight. They know what will happen. This go on for months or years. Anything happens to the Ukrainian president. So what happens? So sorry, I didn't get what you meant there. But with anything happens to the Ukrainian president, do you think something will happen, or are you saying that if something happens to the Ukrainian president, this changes? Hey, Eddie. Mr. Collings, welcome back. Nice to see you on the stream again. General Belkov, General Pov, General whatever, General, are the only Russian battle generals they have left. The rest are paper pushers or ex-spies. Okay, but listen, if the goal of Russia and the Russian leadership is to change the political leadership in Ukraine, they have to capture Kiev at some point. Don't you agree with that, Aptum? If the goal is to change Ukrainian leadership, the capital needs to be captured. So, Mr. Cullen, I wasn't aware that all of the generals left. I didn't see that some of them were captured. Shudder. They'll probably go for Odessa after. They're already attacking Odessa. Shudder says threatening Kiev ties down forces. Are you talking, Shudder, about tying down Ukrainian forces now? Because you're right, though. A big part of the Ukrainian army right now is in Kyiv, preparing for this attack that's going to happen by Russian forces on the capital. You're saying the Russians are using that so that they can tie the Ukrainian forces and attack other cities? 54 likes. One more like to 55. Let's do it. That would be interesting. That is a very interesting strategy. Tie down the forces in Kiev and then move and attack other cities, and then you've concentrated all your forces around Kiev. That could be a working strategy. I hadn't thought of that. Aptum, one of the main goals is also destroying Ukraine's military, not accomplished yet. But yeah, that's the thing, Aptum. My point is the vast majority of the Ukrainian military right now is in Kiev. Right? I mean, I'm not sure you agree with me on that point. But it seems like the vast majority... Ron, Night Watcher. Night Watch. 47 of you guys. That's super exciting. 5 more likes and we get to 60. Let's do that. Tobacco, yes, they're using Kiev as a decoy.
I've been saying that. That's very interesting. I never thought of this idea of tying down the Ukrainian military in Kiev while you attack other cities and then you move over to the capital. Mr. Kalon says, yes, you can go look at the Russian generals and who is serving still. It's on the Wikipedia. Type in Army Generals Russia and take a look. You'll see who they are and what they've done. Okay, so they're still fighting. I mean, even if those generals leave, can't they just win in new generals? Top left cam. What's happening in the top left cam? Ron says top left cam. What's going on with the top left cam? Peter, welcome to the stream. Peter says, I hope I do not see ghosts, but it looks like shooting from the town of Peresilsa. Seen elsewhere. So is this town also on the outskirts of Kiev, Peter? Ivan says 4 cruisers approaching Cologne, says some news channels. Yeah, whose cruisers, Ivan? Like Russian cruisers approaching now? And where's Kaliningrad? Which part? Outskirts of Kiev, I assume? Guys, 3 more likes and we get to 60. Come on, somebody do that honor. Peter, where so Perelisli. That city, where is that? On the outskirts of Kiev? That you're seeing shots from? Ivan, Americans and German cruisers. North of Russia. North Russian. Gotcha. Okay, so what is that? What are you... So it's in Russia? It seems Putin feels he can't win. He just asked for Syrian mercenaries. So the doghouse seems... So I don't... Does that mean that they feel they can't win the doghouse? Or does that mean that he's trying to use the same strategy that he's seeing the Ukrainian side use in bringing foreign fighters? Sometimes... It did sound to me... I watched a brief video of the discussion where Putin says, we should be able to bring Syrian and other country soldiers. But is that trying to... They're looking for something. You know what, Ron? They are looking for something. I do see that. But I seen that a couple days ago, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're looking for mines or something. They always want to recheck. Eddie, they're looking for soothing in the top left. Something in the top left. Yeah, that's strange. They are looking for something. Critical area, by the way, guys. I know we, over the last couple of days, even before, we seen a car just come park here and not move. Nobody leaves, nobody enters, nothing happens. The car just sits there all the time. So I don't know what's happening in this area, but it seems like it's something is in this area. I don't think it's Laskis. Dennis, welcome back to the stream. How's it going tonight, guys? How's it going, Dennis? How are you? Welcome back. There was a group of, Ron says there was a group of 6. Shutter, somebody's lost their cat. Yeah, I don't know about that. Optim, Syrians and Aryans are the compensate international MERS support for Ukraine. And they are motivated and experienced in urban warfare. Alice says looking for a crack rocks. Guys, welcome to the stream, everybody. Right now, you're seeing live images from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. It's about 3:30 a.m. right now in the capital. If you guys have not clicked the like button, 3 of you, go ahead and click that like button. At least 3 of you. We'll get to 60. We're doing our part, guys, giving you the live images from what's happening in the capital, all these bombardments, and kind of the progression of this war. Do your best to help us out. All we ask is that you click the like button. It really helps us out. Shutter, Syrians joining the fight would be huge help to Russia. Very tough and experienced. But the thing, here's the thing. I just don't get this idea of other people fighting your war. On any front, to be honest. Sometimes it's like, Not that, you know, I do see a wrong and a right side.
He's doing it in exchange, right, for volunteers coming into Ukraine. That's
Yeah, they're doing it in exchange. Yeah, Putin made it clear. He said, I'm doing it because, you know, if you're bringing foreign fighters, then we can bring foreign fighters too. But the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't get those people that are, you know, you putting your life on the line for a cause that's not yours. I guess so. Peter says, is an ancient city in the Kiev. Oh, so it is in Kiev. Thanks, Peter, for letting us know. The doghouse, he may be wanting to do something underground, like a underhanded, like a gas attack, to say it was Syria and not Russia. No, I don't think Putin right now is scared to do those things. He's already bombed gas pipelines. The doghouse, he's already bombed gas pipelines. He's hit the nuclear site. He's hit a children's hospital. I don't think he cares, you know, who's put in the face. If he did, he would have done this a long time ago. Shutter says Syrians feel they owe Russia. I agree with that, though. I do agree with Shutter that Russia has fought in Syria's war, right, with the Syrian regime, and now they have to pay back what they owe. And I think that I do agree with somebody that mentioned it a little while ago. I don't remember which one of you mentioned it, but they said that the Syrians have warfare experience. They've been fighting a civil war for how long? Like 10 years almost now? That they've been fighting civil war street to street, so it makes sense that they have the experience that probably the standard Russian soldiers don't. Plus, remember, Russia has a lot of soldiers in Syria right now. So,
someone said there's firing in the bottom of the camera.
Firing bottom left camera. So that's the camera that was that people were using a flashlight on.
No, that's bottom left.
Bottom, yeah, so top left, bottom left. There's firing. Oh yes, there is. Yeah, I see something. Ron, bomb bottom right.
So many. By the way, these are in Kiev, the bottom ones that you're talking
Yeah, they're all in Kiev,
about.
no?
The bottom right, the top one is not in Kiev, but the
Bottom right
top
is in
left,
Kiev.
Top left is not in Kiev, it's in nearby.
Optim says Russia saved Syrians and let them win in a very tough situation. Thus, Syrians would be happy to help Iranians. Would do anything to harm U.S. Ron, left I mean. Is it the top left, Ron, that you saw? Dennis, oh my God, on the bottom left. Bottom left. Okay, let's see. We got to keep an eye on what's happening on the camera.
There's something in the bottom left, but at the very back it looks like there's movement.
Yeah, there is. There's a light. A lot. Are those shots?
The back, right?
Yeah. It looks like a very heavy shots.
Yeah, there's something.
Is it? Can we raise the volume?
I can try and raise it.
Is this it? We're gonna try to raise the volume from that camera.
Do you want to raise it for you?
No, I want to raise it so for us and them, maybe they'll hear this better. Guys, we're gonna raise the camera volume. It looks like there's a lot of intense battles on the outskirts of Kiev, as you can see in the bottom left camera there towards the back. It looks like some heavy battles there on the outskirts.
Yeah, it's more of see if I can
The Game Changer says gasoline is $4.35. Game Changer, where you at? First of all, welcome to the screen and to the stream. And where's it at $4.35? It's actually it's almost $8 in some states, just so you know, in the states. Bombs left. Yeah, heavy battles. It looks like on the bottom left there. Lots of bombardments. Damn, oh my God, another bomb. Oh wow, guys, you see those battles? You guys see that? Do you guys see all those rockets? This is crazy. I hope you guys saw those. There's actual battles, like for real, like crazy battles.
Right?
Yeah, the bottom back.
Yeah, you can see them actually.
It's full on war.
It's hard because this looks like gunfire battle. It doesn't look like
No. There was rockets. I'm not sure. It looked like maybe the Ukrainian side was fired those. They looked like they were going from the ground. Guys, did you see? They looked like they were flying off from the ground, like they were fired from the Ukrainian side.
Oh my God, they're there! Oh my God, they're rocket launching. They're rocket launching.
With cheer, right?
Yeah.
The Ukrainians are bombing. This looks like the Ukrainians. Yeah, that's Kiev. That's right. This is insane.
Because we.
It's crazy, guys. Yeah, this is intense. Yep. Big battles.
Well, Noodles is here.
Oh, welcome, Noodles. No, this is the noodle straw.
But but he's at work. He says, "See, I'm at work," also known as.
Oh, okay. Welcome. So when you get home, you put on your moderator badge. Guys, this is insane. It looks like serious battles on that in Kiev right now. We've seen a huge. I actually have it the loudest, but again, we're at the city center. This is the outskirts, right on the beginning of the entrance of the city. And it looks like a hard push by Russian forces. Although the rockets looked like they were coming from the Ukrainian side, going toward, like they were coming from the ground up. Yeah, now it's getting really intense, Noodles. It's it looks like they are trying to enter the city from the outskirts right now. Yeah, it's no joke. Guys, one more like and we get to 60. If you can help us out and do that, that would be awesome. Craziness. Okay, there we go. That looked like another one right there as well. I don't know, guys. I don't know if you saw something different. But it looked like to me those light flashes were going up. So I assume it was the Ukrainians that fired a bunch of rockets there. But it is a lot of heavy fire from both sides, it looks like. But yeah, it did look like the Ukrainian side that had fired those rockets right from the capital. Yeah, craziness. Yeah, the capital is intense right now. It looked like a lot too. Optim, Russian airplanes. Game Changers, we're in Michigan. Welcome, Game Changer. Wow, man, it's intense today. I would not be shocked if today is the day that they try to go in. The amount of fire is insane. Yeah, this is crazy. I have yet from the beginning that we've been streaming since day one, I've not seen anything like this. This looks like intense fire from both sides. Yeah, this is nuts. Today's yeah, not looking good enough for the capital. It looks like there's a push to advance. I don't know if you're seeing what we're seeing, Optim. I don't know if this is just a bombardment. They're trying to. MMJ Daily, hi news. Do you guys have an exit plan? We're safe, MMJ. Don't worry about us.
The stream will not shut down.
I seen air fire 10 minutes ago, says Ron. No, we seen a ton. And it looks like all in the same outskirts, right on outskirts. It might be a push by the Russian forces. Sure, it could still be a long range. Those weapons can shoot for miles. Yeah, but it did look like a back and forth. It did look like a back and forth attack between both sides. And all of it on the same spot. So, which makes me think that there's some engagement there. Yeah. You can kind of see two flashing lights still. You can kind of see them. But a couple minutes ago, it was very, very clear. Ron says it was on both ends in back. Yeah, it was clear. There was clear battles that was going on there on the outskirts of Kiev. It wasn't, it's nothing we could say light or anything. It was clearly there were some strikes. There was one instance though, can you guys hear it? It's very, very weak. You have to remember though, because we are towards the center of the city. Like these cameras are towards the center of the city.
Yeah, unless it's
super clear and like an airstrike. it's hard.
Strike, it's hard. Any type of and the things that we've seen, a lot of them look to be like they've been launched.
Yeah,
so
this
it's not an impact sound. So you're not gonna
But guys, getting live images from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, as we speak. You guys are seeing right now, it's about 3:40 a.m. 4 more likes, guys, and we get to 70. Someone do us the honor.
No, it's crazy after you miss it. It's so hard to go back.
Yeah, no, it's hard to go back because it's instances, right? Seconds. Kasama Gaming, welcome back, Kasama Gaming. How's it going? Kasama Gaming says, I'm afraid, guys. Not sure. It's from Kiev, though. Peter, it's from Kiev. Which district is being shots from? It's from Kiev. Which exact section of Kiev? It's hard. It's impossible to tell. It looks like from the outskirts, though. It does look like from the outskirts. Rami says, God bless Ukraine. God save Ukraine. Thanks, Rami. Welcome to the stream. You guys are getting live images of the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, as we speak right now. It's about 5:40. In about 4 hours and 15 minutes, a curfew will be lifted. But I can see smoke. It's so hard because it's so dark. There's no electricity. But on the top right, I kind of see smoke in the background. I could be the only one, though. Is that airplane sounds? No. Yeah, that might be a plane. It's not a regular plane, though. Is that a military vehicle? Military truck? Guys, we're 1 like away from 70. Someone click that like button. Kazama, there are reports that the White House is in deep connection with Butler. Ivan, so the Russian army has balls after all. What, pushing through? Yeah, I honestly would not be shocked. Although I know that some think this is not going to be an attack on Kiev right away. But I would not be shocked if they did. $70 likes. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it very, very much. We're doing our part. We'll keep streaming as long as need be. Lights on the bottom of the truck signal that is a civilian truck. Okay. Guys, if you've not clicked the like button, please do that. Thank you for all of you that are joining new. You guys were getting live images from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. We just seen some crazy strikes, it appears like, on the capital a little while ago. It looked like 5 or 6 at the same time. In the bottom left camera there, which is again in Kiev. We're going to try and stream for as long as need be. All we ask is for your support by clicking that like button. It really helps us out, and we really appreciate it. Alice says, attack going to start at 4. What makes you so confident, Alice? And so in 15 minutes, you're saying? Or is that because normally that's when we start getting attacks? Guys, 3 more likes and we're at 75. Let's do it. Oh my God, 1 more like, we're at 75. Oh, that's another car? We're seeing more cars on this road, and it looks like they're all trucks. Let's see if this one is civilian as well. Okay, yeah. But you gotta remember, a lot of civilians are fighting on the front line right now. A lot of civilians, so they're using these vehicles to transport. Plus, we're in curfew, so nobody technically should be out. 1 more like and we're at 75. Optim says, Kusama, no, I am from Russia. Siberia. Yeah, Optim is from Russia. We had an interview with him a while back. Lots happening today. It seems like a day full of action today with what's happening in the capital. I've never seen, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen this much strikes within such a short time span on the capital. So, I don't know. It is different. It is different. Desiree says,